Okay, the 51 Dodge Coronet, completely different history than this car. This one right here still has the original motor in it, obviously. Well, I think it's original. If it's not, doesn't matter, it's going to this car. Anyways, it was originally owned by a funeral home. You know how you'd have the hearse in front, and then this one would drive around the family to the funerals. And I guess it was owned by the funeral home for many years, and one day they just quit driving it, so they set it off somewhere, I guess in like a timber or something. I don't really know. Maybe they went out of business. I really couldn't tell you what happened to the funeral home. But yeah. And then when the funeral home stopped driving it, I guess somebody left the door open. And when the door was open, it completely ruined all of the interior. And that's why there's no interior in this car. I guess it was all moldy and everything was just junk. And that's why the guy before me got rid of all the interior. Now the way that guy got a hold of it was, I guess somebody was deciding, this car is a piece of junk. We are going to scrap this thing. So this car has actually been to the scrapyard once before. I know I have a title for it. I don't remember if it's a salvage title or not. But the guy, I think that's the original title, which also says this car should be white. If anybody knows anything about that, that'd be cool, because I don't know anything about that, because this car looks green to me. Maybe Dodge used some sort of crazy ass white to green paint. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not an idiot, just FYI for you people. But anyways, then this thing went to the scrapyard. This car's been in the scrapyard once already, and that guy who I bought it from got a phone call from a guy who I guess owns a scrapyard, and he saw this car and knew this thing is not ready to be scrapped. This car still has life in it. So the guy before me bought it, and he redid some brake lines. I think he went through the rear end. He put some wiring in it to make sure this thing was all functional and able to drive. He didn't go through everything to where you could drive this thing 100 miles and not have any worries. He just did it to where you could actually get it around and move it on its own power. So I guess that's why when I got it, the transmission, it was a little bit funny. It's not perfect, but it does its job still. I'm not going to mess with it any, 'cause I think it's going to work fine. So, I mean, that's the history behind this car. It's kind of weird. I went from a funeral home to a scrapyard to some guy in Missouri, and now it's in Iowa. I think this is the first time this car's ever left that damn state since whoever got it, the first place funeral home. So that's the history behind these two cars. I mean, it's kind of crazy. There's been a lot of sad people in this car, and this car had a happy old lady who drove like hell, I guess. So, yeah, that's the story behind these two cars. I mean, I think it's pretty extravagant and neat. And if anybody wants to tell me any of their old stories, that'd be cool too. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and be sure to tell me your guys' stories behind your Dodges. Or hell, any car you've ever had. Really, I don't care. I enjoy hearing stupid stories. So I'd tell you the story behind my truck too, but it's boring. It had one owner. He was a farmer. I bought it. End of story. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I don't know what else to say. So hope you guys subscribe and watch some more.